Wanna see their hearts set free and the tyrants kneel. The walls fall down and our land be healed. But church, if we wanna see change in the world out there, it's gotta start right here. It's gotta start right now. We're gonna start right here. We're gonna start right.
All right. Well, I figured that out, sorta. I'm going to stop my music because it's got to start right here and it's going to start right now. That song was from Casting Crowns and is part of my little story today. So I am here. I hope you are here, and we're going to talk about some really cool stuff. All right. So, as you can see, I'm standing up. I have a stand-up desk as courtesy of my son. Thank you very much, Nicholas. And I'm in his old room, so thank you very much, Nicholas, for becoming an adult and moving to Chicago, although I miss you dearly. And as I mentioned last Thursday, I was busy painting, and now I'm starting to kind of outfit the room. We're not 100% yet. I'm consolidating my cubicle downstairs with upstairs, but so far I love it. I've been extremely productive. This is my second day upstairs full time. The cat's not thrilled, but she'll be okay. So I was planning on launching this Facebook Live through Zoom, but it would not cooperate. So I don't know if my internet connection's funky or whatever, because last week, if you saw the video at all, it was really poor quality, unfortunately, because I thought I had a pretty good message. And so here we are. Last week, I was pretty bummed out. I was extremely just concerned, worried, and, ticked off, quite frankly, at what was going on. And so it hasn't calmed down much, but things are continuing to go, and I decided that that was okay, that I was still going to persevere, and whatever obstacles whoever was going to put in my way was not going to stop me from my mission. And that's why I opened today with that song. If you're not familiar with it, go out on YouTube and search Casting Crowns Starts Right Here. And because it does. It starts right here and it starts right now. And the reason I thought of that song, actually, I didn't even think of it. The story is this: my mom has COVID. She's fine, thank goodness. It seems like she's she's over the hump and hopefully is on the road to recovery. It makes me nervous because, from what I understand, those people who've had COVID have been fortunate not to have it yet. Is that it kind of ebbs and flows and comes and goes. When you think you're on the road to recovery, then you have a relapse. So hopefully she won't experience any of that stuff. Anyway, I've been spending about for the last 3 days, I've been driving to her house, dropping off groceries and vitamins and Gatorade. And please drink your Gatorade if you have COVID or you know of somebody who has COVID. You need those electrolytes. But on my way there, it's about a 25-30 minute trip one way. And usually I'm listening to podcasts. I'm a podcast queen. I love my podcast. So if it's Amy Porterfield or Donald Miller or Rachel Hollis, or, maybe I'm listening to Duolingo, a story in Spanish on Duolingo, which is another fantastic podcast that I love. But I thought, you know what? I need a break from all of that. And so I haven't listened to K-Love in a long time. So I turned on the radio and I listened to K-Love. And I was driving home. I was preparing for a presentation that I gave on Tuesday to a Rotary Club down in Princeton. And I'm always practicing out loud. I'm talking out loud. So if you see me in my car and I don't wave, I'm focused and I'm probably talking, giving some speech to somebody somewhere, or just talking to myself. But anyway, this song from Casting Crowns came on, and it struck me like, that's it. That's exactly it. It starts right here, and it starts right now, and it starts with me, and it starts with you. And if you had the opportunity to be with us last Thursday on Facebook Live, or you saw the recording of it, then you know that I talked about the circle of influence. When my husband asked me, or no, when I asked my husband, what can I do? What can little old me do in middle America on a cul-de-sac, in my home office? What can I do to help the world as it's burning up around me? What can I do? And that's when the circle of influence came to me, that it starts with me. And so if you remember, for those of you who were there, here is the I need to go this way. So here is the circle of influence, and we talked about the you. I'll figure out how to hold this here. Here's the you, and the world is out here. You've got your community, and you've got you and your influence, and your family, your friends, your Facebook friends, your social media, all of that stuff. It starts with you, and we try to expand our influence for good. Remember, we're using our power for good, and then we eventually change the world. So that was continuing with that theme. That's what the song meant to me from Casting Crowns. It starts right here, and it starts right now. Now, speaking of starting right here and starting right now, I'm going to do something that's a little bit different, but I love to celebrate, and I need to celebrate. For those of you who work from home and maybe work for yourself, which I do, it can be kind of lonely. And so I like to celebrate. And you guys have been you guys have been with me on this journey of launching my course. And so I want to thank you very much for your input as to my ad, because I used that ad that you guys chose. And I launched it yesterday. I pushed the button and I launched my ad yesterday on Facebook. And so we're going to celebrate a little bit. And so I have a horn that's supposed to make noise, but watch. Oh, it worked! Oh, it worked when I practiced. It sounded like a dead duck. So we're going to celebrate that way. And then because I'm all by myself, I can't have other people popping confetti and stuff. So here's a popper. Oh, woo! Congratulations. Huge, it smells like sulfur in here. Huge accomplishment. I am excited about it. So please, people, register for my masterclass. And when I'm begging, I'm saying, I don't know that you're interested in my masterclass, but share, please. If you see the advertisement, please share it with your friends. It is on January 21st, the 26th, and the 28th. You can go to my website at www.melissa-mccormick.com, and you can link. There's buttons that you can link to the webinar registration page that gives you an outline of what we're going to talk about, finding your future in 4 easy steps. And then the masterclass then segues into introducing my course. And so that's how I'm going to give people this free, valuable information, and then hopefully that they will want to buy the course as well. So it's a 10-week course, 7 modules, a lot in there, and I'm excited about helping women make a greater impact in their organizations and make a faster impact than they would have otherwise. So that's my celebration. Thank you. I really could not have done it without you. I love the ad, and stay tuned for some more polls and more questions. I need your help and I need your feedback, and it's been very, very beneficial. So thank you for going on this journey with me. Okay, so now I am pushing through. What time is it? Okay, 12:20. I am pushing through all of the negativity that is around us, right? I'm not going to pay attention to it, and I am going to persevere. Just like, this is going to be my message for the day, one of my messages, just like Nehemiah. So if you're familiar with Nehemiah, so I have a lesson in my book, Grace and Salt, based on Nehemiah and his ability to focus on building the walls of Jerusalem instead of succumbing to the requests of his enemies. They wanted to kill him, but they were trying to trick him and get him down off the wall so they could kill him. And he continually said, no, 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 I have a great mission to do, and I will not be deterred. And those are not his, that's a paraphrasing, those are not his exact words. But that's what I feel like right now, that when the demons come into your head, so maybe there's something that you really feel on your heart you need to do, or that and it could be personal, it could be professional, whatever it is that you need to do, and you're just, the world is crazy, and so you're thinking, I'm not qualified to do this. How can I do this? Maybe you get imposter syndrome. That's a real thing. Trust me, I know. You might be thinking, what value is this going to do if I continue? And so these demons start going on into your mind, and they're there to help prevent you from doing your purpose. And I'm not going to let that happen to me, and I definitely don't want it to happen to you. So how am I going to stop those demons? How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to do that with this book. So thank you guys very much. When I asked you what book are you reading, we got some great responses, really good poems and Brene Brown quotations and all of that stuff. So I'm excited to introduce you guys to the 5-second rule. Before we go there, though, we're going to play a game today. So I've got to move. I've got so many screens open here that I need to see the chat. So let me move this. Okay. All right. So we're going to play a game. But before we do that, I want you guys to put in chat 5-second rule, the food one. Okay. So food drops on the floor, and it's been no more than 5 seconds. So you can pick it up. Do you eat it, or do you throw it away? What do you do? What do you do? Amanda, what do you do? Missy, Joan, what do you do? I eat it. So I just want you, this full confession. Well, wait, unless it's sticky. If it's sticky and it falls on the floor, then I don't eat it. And then I throw it away, because then I think it's got a lot of, you eat it. Awesome. Okay. Joan, of course you throw it away. I figured you would. I will eat it, but if it's sticky, I don't, because then I think it's going to have cat hair or whatever, and I'm not, dust, and I'm not a great housekeeper, so it's not good. Okay, now the other kind of 5-second rule that we have is we have a game. All right, so you guys ready? We're going to play a game. Okay, so this is 5-second rule. This is a game that we have, and this is the tool. I hope this works, but this is the tool. And so here's the idea. I'm going to read a category of something, and you have to name 3 of that category in 5 seconds. And this is the timer. So as I turn this around, okay, you hear I don't know if you can hear those beads. I'll have it closer to the microphone. That's the timer. And I know it's going to take you time to type it into the chat, but I want you to type it into the chat what your answers are. And even if you get 1, that's fine. This is just play. Okay, so our first category is, I feel like I'm a game show host. Our first category is breakfast foods. So name 3 breakfast foods. Do I got any breakfast foods? Any breakfast food takers? Type quickly. How about, here we go. I'm going to do this. We got eggs, sausage, bacon. Yeah, bingo. Easy peasy. All right, here's another one. Waffle, pancake, sausage. All right, good one, Missy. How about this? Things you might find in the bedroom. It's like match game question. Things you might find in the bedroom. Things you might find in the bedroom. Well, oh, good, Joan. Eggs and toast. Good one. Those are good. Very good. How about a bed, a dresser, and clothes? What do you guys think? What do you think? It's a fun game. You should get it. It's a very fun game. We played it once with the kids recently. I think we bought it a long time ago. Pillow and shoes. Snoring. Pillow, snoring and sleep. Good one. Very good one. All right. So the 5-second rule that we're going to talk about today is this one. And so funny. So very funny. I'm just going to get my notes here for a second. All right. So this is what we're going to talk about. So Mel Robbins, I'm not all the way through the book. I'm like maybe 4 chapters in or something, but it's pretty good. And the concept is that, so she was in a really bad place in her life. She was very depressed. She didn't want to get up, help her kids get to school. She didn't want to, she was having trouble with her marriage. She was in financial difficulties, just a really, really dark, bad place. And she couldn't get just the energy to do what she knew she should be doing. So one night, she was going to bed. She was watching a rocket launch, and they count down, and so it was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, right? And so something clicked in her head, and she went, you know what? I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. So she was the kind of person that when the snooze went off, she hit it. Snooze, hit, snooze, hit. On average, she would hit it 4 or 5 times. Well, and what happened then is she wasn't up to help her kids get to, dressed and get off to school and get on the bus and all of that stuff. And so it started a snowballing effect for the day that just was not positive. So the next day, alarm goes off, and she's in her head, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. And she did. And so every day she got up, she went, before her brain could talk her out of it, she went to the kitchen, she started making breakfast, she got the kids up, she got them dressed, and that got her day going, and that drove her energy. So she continued to do this every day. So this book was written in 2017, so it's been 4 years, 5 years probably. It saved her marriage. Financially, her and her husband are fine now. Obviously, she probably has a better relationship with her children. Like I said, I haven't finished it all, so I know there's probably some other nuggets in here that I need to know about, but I'm trying it now because those demons, when they hit, they can prevent you from doing your mission. They can be those bad guys on the at the bottom of the wall that want to kill Nehemiah, and we're just not going to let them. We're just not going to let them. So now, I also have a friend on LinkedIn when I was talking about this book, and he said he's reading a book called 5 a.m. So, what's that about? And he said, well, this author says you need to get up at 5 a.m., 20 minutes on exercise, 20 minutes of planning, and 20 minutes of studying. And then you're done by 6 o'clock. That starts your day off, and it will change your life. So I thought, okay, well, I get up naturally at 5:15. No. I wake up naturally at 5:15. I don't get up out of bed until about 6. I don't get in the shower until 7:20. So it's not like I can't still do the 20-20-20 thing that my friend Raiden was telling me about. But so I haven't done it, but I've tried. So this morning, Kat wakes me up at 5 o'clock. I'm like, okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. No, it's so warm and cozy in this bed. I fell back asleep. I woke up at 5:45. I could have still done it, and I didn't do it. My brain talked me out of it. By the time I got out of bed, going, yep, I'm going to do this, went to the bathroom, got to the kitchen to get my water, and I saw my husband sitting there, and the news was on, and so then my brain talked me out of what I should have done. So her premise is that the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is that moment in time where your brain cannot talk you out of it. So in my case, I need to keep doing this repeatedly in my brain until I start walking down the stairs going, no, this is what I'm going to do, because I know that I should do it. Now, if it's for this interesting, as I was preparing for today, I was going through this and doing some psychoanalyst stuff, because that's what I like to do, and realized that when it comes to my business, I'll step out. I'll hit the button. I'll hit the Facebook button. I might be very nervous about it if it's something I haven't done before, but I'm going to do it. I probably will need this tool if I'm calling somebody, maybe cold calling somebody and wanting a sales, I want to sell them on my course or something. I may be nervous and not want to pick up the phone. And this tool would come in handy. But otherwise, in my business, if I procrastinate, it's usually a day or 2 days. I don't go longer than that because I'm excited about what I'm doing and I love what I'm doing. So it's fine. But when it comes to my health, that's where I need this tool. I'm not healthy. I'm healthy, but I'm not living a great lifestyle to be healthy, right? I love snacking. I work from home, so guess what? The cupboard's there and it's always calling to me. So I need this for that. Now the other important nugget to this whole 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing is you, and I've just found it really interesting. You cannot go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you got to count down. And here's what happens when you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you can go 6, 7, 8. Right? There's no stopping. You can just keep counting. The other thing that happens, according to her research, is that your brain is used to counting up. It is not used to counting down. So when you start counting down, your brain goes, whoa, what's going on? So I don't know if you guys ever saw the show, and I'm probably dating myself, but if you've ever seen the show, put it in the chat. If you've ever seen a show called Herman's Head, Mike and I used to watch it. It's probably pre-Amanda, so it's probably early 90s, and it was hysterical. And so it was this guy named Herman, and in his head were all of his personalities. And so there was a woman actress who was his feminine side. There was an intellectual guy. There was the frat guy. There was, whatever other kinds of personalities he had in his head. And so the sitcom then was whenever he was approached with the conversation, you'd go to Herman's head and the woman would be, oh, good. Well, Missy, you remember it. It's hysterical. So I'm sure it's still online someplace. You guys can find it. But anyway, before your head talks you out of it, you count backwards and you count backwards. So your head, all of a sudden, all the personalities in your head start going, wait a minute, what is she doing? She's counting backwards. I'm not used to that. That's not a comfortable thing for me. So I have to focus and I have to think about counting backwards, which means she's not paying attention to the other personality in my head that does not want to exercise, right? I should name these people in my head. Maybe that's a little too much. That might be a little too much. But anyway, that's the point. You get my point, right? So when you count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's not natural. So your brain has to think about it, and then it doesn't allow that other person inside your head that doesn't want to exercise or that does want to eat that TGI Fridays potato skin chips. That's what I'm addicted to right now. But I'm not going to have those for lunch. I made a homemade tomato soup last night, which was phenomenal, and I'm going to eat some of that. Anyway, so it is lunchtime. My challenge to you right now is I want you to try this and post it in our group and tell me what you used it on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and how it helped. Did it help? Maybe it didn't. Maybe 5 seconds is too long. Maybe you need it to be 3 seconds, or maybe, I don't know. Or maybe you go down from 10 because it takes you 10 seconds to get from the kitchen to the basement where your treadmill is. Maybe that's my problem. And I need to focus on counting and focusing on my mission, and so that I don't stop, turn around, put the blanket on, and sit on the couch. So that is my challenge to you, and I want you to remember the song by Casting Crowns. So it starts right now, and it starts with me. That's not the song. It starts right here. It starts right here, and it starts right now. Oh, you guys, you're fantastic. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. Remember, don't look back, because we're not going that way. Take care.